Hello everybody and welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pitstain Hobbies. We're back at the Rebel base here with our stolen Tydirium shuttle Tydirum. It's an older code, but it checks out. And we started actually doing a little bit of weathering. You could kind of see the discoloration from the other side. This was with oil paints from Abit Lung, whatever the hell it is. You know I can't pronounce that stuff. So we got that. We got all these masked off for our little gray panels. I started weathering this and I was like, oh crap, I forgot to paint the little gray areas. So that's what we're working on now. We even got those two under the wing. Those are done. And I just got to mask around this guy because I want to spray this in like some kind of like maybe a NATO black would be nice. Not blacky black, but you know, blackish black. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm probably going to do the rest. I mean, honestly, who wants to watch me spray in the spray booth much more? We can. The spray booth is currently occupied by a beer and a vise to hold the thing. Oh, damn it. Get those. Those shouldn't be in there. Got to hide those. So yeah, there we are. But this is my buddy build with Donnie Daughtry, channel link below. We are both bringing these to Wonderfest 2024 in Louisville, Kentucky at the end of May, first weekend in June of 2024. So if you want to see these in person, Donnie's will probably be nicer. But yeah, come to Wonderfest in Louisville. And if you see a fat man wearing this logo on his t-shirt, you found me, and I will give you gifts of plenty of, well, mostly just, you know, stickers and stuff. I have some fridge magnets. I have some keychains for extra special funny people. We've even got freaking coasters now for all the Alki members of the Pitstain Mafia. There we are. But, okay, so I'm going to get some paint picked out. Let's just do that real quick together. Figure out what we want. I do not really enjoy spraying the Archive X paint. I don't like it. But we got Lark Light Gray. I don't like it because I'm not good at it. So don't take this as it's bad paint. Any paint is usable paint if you have enough skill. There's my problem. Technique is key with every new paint line. You kind of got to learn the magic thinning potion and the pressure and the needle size of the airbrush. All the minutia. You know, to me is kind of sort of, you know, Ian-proof. Let's put it that way. All right. So I got 1975 Lark Light Gray and 1975 Lark Dark Gray. Obviously, this is from a later movie. But that being said, I think I'm going to try the Lark Light Gray. I'm going to shake her up. And we're going to do our panels in Lark Light Gray because Lark Dark Gray is darker, and the light gray has a little more of a brown tinge. I don't even want to say a brown tinge, but yeah, I think I'm gonna just mix up a tiny itty bitty batch of this in a little plastic mixing cup to spray all these squares. And like I said, I'm gonna probably do a Tamiya NATO black for right there because I just love that color. Okay, well, I'm gonna be in a live stream, so the March 29th, 2024. Hobby Time Modelers Friday night live stream. I'll be working on this, and then I will come back after those panels are painted, and you'll see the results. There's really not much fun in showing you every little minutia of painting things, especially because I'm probably going to screw it up horribly. Luckily, I do have a gloss clear on here, so I could hopefully wipe up my boo-boos if I make a major mistake. So we'll be right back. Okay, well, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, as is the norm with this model. We took our Lark Light Gray and we painted in our panels here. We got all the panels done, even on this side, the underside. We painted this with Tamiya NATO Black, and I chipped them up a little bit using the little spongy method. And I just gave them a little bit of chipping, very mild, with some of the premixed base color. Then I cleared over that, and then I started doing some weathering with the dark brown Tamiya panel line accent color, and I way overdid it. It looked pretty bad. So what I did then was What any mediocre modeler does is I grabbed out some other paint to go over it with to like dull it down. So I did a misty coat. You can see a little bit on the black there. I did just to give it a little bit of contrast. Is I misted over the whole thing with Tamiya Insignia White lacquer paint. This stuff sprays really nice. Way better than that. Oh, sorry, way easier for my skill level than the Archive X paint. The Archive X paint, I have friends, they say, oh, I have no problem. I do a little water and it goes down fine. Mine didn't. So I mellowed out all the weathering everywhere. Then I managed to snap my big nylon disc off that was inside the bottom of the hull that holds the rod. I managed to snap that off inside the ship. So that was a whole fun ordeal with crazy glue. And the main green view screens were just blasting out too much light. So what I did is I painted over them with a little to me a flat white to just dull them down a bit, so they didn't completely. So you can still see Han and Chewie. They're not just bright green blobs. You can actually see that it's Han and Chewie sitting in there. And for their size, I did a very mediocre job of painting them. But we got that. We snapped one of our guns off again randomly. Our engine ports. I filled all of these slots up flush with the curve with Solar Res, clear UV resin. This stuff. This is good stuff. I also use Mr. Resin, which I love, but I already had a tiny little pointy tip on that, so I got that in there, and it really it helps a bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the judges at Wonderfest think. I'm sure they're not going to be impressed. But that's where we're at. So now what we need to do is clear over this one more time. It's going to have more coats of paint than the walls of a 75-year-old house. But once we clear over it again and lock everything in here, then I'm going to go over it with... I'm probably going to use some Starship Filth and do some proper streaking. Just the tiniest dot of oil paint and just with the enamel thinner and just streak it down. And at that point, or I could use a filter. I do have a filter. Hold on. Let me get that out. Which drawer is that in? I have black wash. I have this one. And this is an acrylic. Black wash, but I know I have another filter here somewhere. It's a good one. Neutral gray, neutral gray, neutral gray. Yeah, neutral. That one. Hold on a second. Natural. Dark. Oh, I got a new cabinet for supplies. So I got a couple of filters here, and I've got two different AK filters. I got a wash and I got a filter. So I'm not quite sure. This one is that color, and that one's that color. So this is a wash, and this is a filter. I'm gonna maybe test a little of this on the bottom. If I don't like it, I'm not sure. Black wash. And that's an acrylic, I believe. Yeah, acrylic. Acrylic. I'm not sure. I might do that. I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, next step is to just get some clear on here, and clear this sucker in, and then have at it, and we'll see what we do. Really, all I need to mask off now with the clear is the canopy, and I do need to do a little bit of touch-up painting around the engines. You can see a little bit of light bleed on those engine inserts. So that's definitely got to get fixed. So I'll be working on that as well. And we'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to just slip in a little bit of live stream footage from Friday, Sunday, how was it? Of some of the streaking. But I'll be right back. Just a little Starship Filth still, and we've got some dots down, and that's, might be able to put a little bit, oh, need a little more oil on here. A little dot little tiny dot of oil there. And a tiny little dot of oil in the corner of that gray panel. And I think I'm going to get a fresh cup of enamel thinner. Oh, just a little dab will do you. That's too much. These little bottles of enamel thinner are a fortune, and everyone's terrified me from using the giant Home Depot bottle, but I'm sure it works fine. It's a lot cheaper. But for all of you, I'll use the expensive stuff. Let's get some of that enamel off on the paper towel. And just drag. Drag. I can't move in a straight line, apparently. This looks horrible. Looks terrible. Yeah, Todd doesn't pee in the sink like I do. It's fine. Oh, the joys of doing this on a live stream. Let's just see. This needs a lot more blending. Get a bigger brush. And the before and after is so fun. The sausage making process, less entertaining. Never see how the sausages are made. No. I'll be right back. Okay, so the audio may have been a little low. The live stream, I have to change my mic settings because I'm just loud and obnoxious and too loud. I talk over people without increased volume. But yeah, we started off showing how I dotted on the Obitlung Starship Filth with the tiniest little brush available, and then you just kind of wash it down. You put your brush in some thinner, a big fat soft brush like so, or you know, anything, even a fairly stiff wide brush. And you just keep washing it down, and then you'll use a little paper towel if you need to take off excess, and just kind of keep working at it until you get it to where you like it. Did anyone hear me fart? Oh, dear God. Oh, that'll be a first. The Germans usually are annoyed by the burping, but there we go. But we've got our streaking grime on there, our Starship Filth, I should say, and we've mellowed out the main screens with some white paint to not blast Han and Chewie in the face with too much green light. We filled in the light leaks around our engine grills here, and everything's looking quite nice. And I did a test print on my Garbage Ender 3 Pro of a base that Relentless Storm, my buddy Dave, had designed for me. And he's sending me one that he printed on a much better 3D printer, because you can see the Ender 3 is, even with primer, it's less than ideal. And also, I peeled it off when it was a little too warm, and that's not the parallax of my lens. That base is spherical a bit. it's bowed. But yeah, that's going to be the base. So we're going to have this nice and bright red and the rest of it black. And that'll look nice. Thanks again, Dave. And really, not a hell of a lot left to do. So I'm pretty much done with the model. I'm very happy with it. I think I already flat cleared it. I might do a little more flat clear on it to protect everything, but that's what we've got. And it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I was not happy with this model for a while, and now I'm considerably more happy with it. Also, my streaking I went up the wings, because it's usually folded in a triangle when it's sitting on the landing pad on planet. And our lights are absolutely perfect everywhere. All the tips, it's hard to see those, but the bottom two, These blink down here. Everything's blinking properly in our cockpit. We've got our random blinkies, very Star Wars style. So that's nice. So the next video is going to be the last video before Wonderfest. I'm going to finish up, not this base, but the base that's getting delivered by UPS tomorrow that my buddy printed on his much higher end FDM printer. I mean, this thing is just, it's not terrible. The Ender 3 is a halfway decent printer. It's just, for something this big, it took up almost the entire build plate. So warpage is a lot more likely when you're filling up your whole build plate and your printer is not an enclosure and it's in a cool environment such as this basement garage, which is like in the 60s pretty much year round until the height of summer. And then it's almost unbearably hot. But that's that. Yeah, so there's the buddy build with Donnie and the Wonderfest 2024 entry from Pitstain Hobbies, along with my Ghostbusters Afterlife belt gizmo. Last year we won with our green board belt gizmo, but that's the brown board with the Afterlife daughter board. Not that every Star Wars fan is a Ghostbusters fan, but that's a really cool prop replica right there. So yeah, we're gonna have this and we're gonna have that, and I don't know if I'm bringing anything else. I mean, other than all my awesome Johnny Fives. But again, if you're subscribed to the channel, you will see the Johnny Fives. There's a few of those videos. I've got a problem. Okay, well, thanks for coming, everybody. And again, it's an older code, but it checks out. And we'll see you next time on Pitstain Hobbies. Adios, everybody.